hello, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you may be, wherever you're listening to. This is Shawn1113 podcast. Says thank you for joining me. All kinds of variety here, sports and things in general, and now on Anchor.fm by Spotify. But also now I found out that I'm now on Apple Podcasts and many other podcasts as well. I couldn't believe it. I had to go to my Alexa, go Shawn1113 on the Apple Podcast to believe it, and there I am with my own voice. Very excited. So it's now on Apple Podcast and every other podcast it is. But thank you so much for listening, wherever you may be. Now let's talk about sports. Things are opening up very slowly but surely, like Texas and Mississippi now, as of yesterday. Also Florida, South Dakota, maybe North Dakota, I don't know, but we're beginning to open up sports and getting crowds ready again. And I think it's time for sports fans, way overdue for sports fans to open up the game wherever town you may be, anywhere in the world. Honestly, it's time. People are tired of this COVID-19 pandemic. Nobody says the virus wasn't real, which it is, but this whole lockdown scandal is about to end pretty soon. All that crap, all that lockdown crap is ending very soon, and we need to get some sense of normalcy. It's beyond time to get some sense of normalcy, in my opinion. Speaking of opening things up, here's something I am actually happy about. March Madness up and coming later this March 19th. I cannot wait for actual basketball, because to be honest with the NBA, I'm sorry, they're so woke. But then also the other problem is they don't play defense like they used to in the 1990s. When I watched basketball, it was like nice physical stuff. Now these days, it's like you might as well play flag football. Put the NBA players, I have an idea. Put the NBA players like you do flag football, that kind of football, and just, in order to get a foul, touch the flag. Otherwise, don't play no defense and let them shoot. And it's like, ugh. Not fun where a little bit of defense would help the NBA and a little bit of physicality would help the NBA. Otherwise, it's like the invisible wall. Jeez. That's one of my biggest problems with the NBA, in my opinion. Now let's get some good stuff. Major League Baseball coming up, spring training coming up, NFL draft and free agency coming up. Also, Deshaun Watson wants to moan and wail about, well, I can't be in Houston. You probably don't have no choice, Deshaun, because your asking price is too high and your draft picks are too high. You might as well stay there in Houston, son. And speaking of people who've moved on, J.J. Watt going to Arizona. Well, he signed an agreement with Arizona, so it's not official, but nice little surprise during the nice surprise there. Arizona is probably the upcoming team in the toughest division in pretty much the NFL, the NFC West. Good luck to him. Hopefully he stays healthy, J.J. Watt, in my opinion. In English Premier League football, I'm liking what I see with Manchester City. I think they're about to win their third Premier League title in 4 years. I'm a Manchester City fan, with no shame. But I have to admit, I did predict Liverpool to win the division. I was suspecting Liverpool to win the league for the second year in a row. I have a question for Liverpool FC fans. What happened to that team? What happened? They were doing well, and then they just falling off a cliff, basically off a proverbial cliff, real cliff. I don't know what happened there in Liverpool. Although I am, reluctantly glad to see Manchester City, also Manchester United back in the fold too. And it makes the rivalry even better. Man City versus Man United, which is March 6th, by the way. And I see Man City winning that game. Period. Sorry, Man United fans. But the bigger question is, what happened to Liverpool this season? That's my opinion. In the world of tennis, actually, I saw a little bit of Australian Open. In the women's side now in tennis this year, I'm thinking Naomi Osaka is pretty much is now leading the pack in tennis. In the men's, it's pretty much Novak Djokovic right now for the men. As long as he doesn't hit ball girls, let's put it like that. Something that stupid. He might very well win the Grand Slam. That is he's got to win the French. Djokovic has got to win the French in order to get that chance. Nadal will, it's going up in years. But Nadal in the French Open, Nadal is so unbeatable in clay, it's not even funny. But Djokovic's going to have to go to the French just to have a chance to win the Grand Slam. Period. But like I said, things are beginning to open up slowly but surely, and it's time for crowds to. I think people are ready to go back to some sense of normalcy of sports. In my opinion, to repeat this, have MLB stadiums have partly, mainly, or full capacity at this point, in my opinion. And I think that's where we're headed, right here and now. You can choose the vaccine or you don't. That's fine too. But it's time not to be scared anymore, to be perfectly honest with you, my fellow Americans, in my opinion. It's time not to be scared anymore. It's beyond time to have normalcy, some semblance of normalcy. And with that, that's my Shawn1113 podcast for March 3rd, 2021. Thank you for listening. Stay encouraged wherever you are, no matter what.